Grand Theft Auto 5 has been the most iconic game since its release in 2013. One of the best parts of the game is its gang warfare between the Grove Street Families and the Ballas. But how did the Ballas take over Grove Street? To understand how the Ballas took over Grove Street, we need to take a trip back to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. In this game, you play as CJ, a member of the Grove Street Families. And as for the Ballas, they are rivals to the Grove Street Families. Throughout the game, CJ and his gang fight against the Ballas in a turf war for control of the city. However, things take a turn for the worse when CJ's brother, Sweet, is arrested and taken to prison. So could this be the reason that they lost Grove Street? Well, you see, at the end of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, CJ takes over Los Santos, turning the once diverse city into Grove Street territory.
Glen Park is our hood now, punks.
But unfortunately for us, GTA San Andreas and GTA 5 share two separate universes, despite sharing Easter eggs, crossovers, and overall characters. And while some may say that this is pointless, this is actually something that we can use to understand the fall of the Grove Street Families in the HD universe. We know that there are 5 main reasons that Grove Street fell in the 3D universe. Number 1 being abandonment. I bet you remember that CJ was notorious for running away from his problems in the game. He has done this to his little brother who lost his life to the hands of the Ballas, his own mother, and even ran away from his girlfriend, Denise Robinson.
Check it out, we got a shout out from Denise and Ganton for her man. Give her a call. She says she misses you, and she said desperate. That's the word she used. She said she's desperate, man. What is this, man? This ain't Lonely Hearts. This is Radio Los Santos. It's all good though. We're gonna keep it moving around here.
Which, not to be confused with GTA 5's Denise Clinton. But CJ ran away from his problems so much, it caused family issues between him and Sweet, and even made him lose respect around the hood. Which is why we received dialogue from our homies saying stuff like this. "Not again, CJ! CJ, I knew you was a buster." And other things hinting around CJ running away when stuff got tough. So what if GTA 5 CJ just ran away when trouble came his way, leaving Sweet to face the tragic events of 1992 alone? We end up hearing an NPC mentioning OG Johnson in GTA 5. So is it possible that he could have been talking about Sweet Johnson, since he is a hit OG over the game, before and after 1992, at least in the 3D universe? I know some of you may shoot this down due to Sweet Johnson wanting to stay in the hood after CJ bribed him with fortune and fame. But what if he fought his way through the Ballas and lost during the process? Number 2, faulty leadership. As we know, Sweet was a terrible leader when it came to most things. He neglected his gang members, money, and even weapons, leaving him and his gang defenseless against the opposing gang. So what if Sweet just lost Grove Street to the Ballas, who ambushed the gang when they was at their weakest, being forced to move out the hood and split off into the new subsets that we know today? Number 3, crack cocaine. In the beginning of San Andreas, we are faced with the harsh reality of crack cocaine, seeing our once beloved Grove Street members turn into crack fiends, getting high and bending over backwards for the Ballas, some even switching sides just to make a quick buck. In the GTA 5 story, drugs play a major role, as we see in the mission Hood Safari, where families member Lamar, Franklin, and criminal friend Trevor Phillips roll over to Grove Street to buy some cocaine. Would you look at that? A Ballas drug dealer. To me, it seems like the Ballas had their hand in the drug trade for a while now. And even if that's not enough to say that drugs play a major role, look at CGF member Gerald. He's been selling drugs for the gang since a youngin'. Ooh, the Sweet from the 3D universe would be disappointed in his HD counterpart. And as we see in previous games, Rockstar has repurposed and used characters across the GTA universe, such as Clyde and El Burro. The donkey! Number 4, crooked police. Another factor is the LSPD and Crash Division. Crash in 1992 worked hard to put stop to local gangs, and while some Crash officers strayed off and became drug lords, such as Officer Tenpenny, others worked hard to put away these criminals. So if GTA 5 had a cop similar to Frank Tenpenny, then all them local gangs would have been set up to fail. They would be constantly set up to fight each other, as we saw on the mission Catalyst, when Tenpenny told every gang in the city about crates filled with guns and ammo, ending in the Vagos, Ballas, and GSF having a standoff in the middle of the street, ending in a bloody and brutal war between the three. Plus, if OG Sweet found himself being swatted, he would be helpless not having CJ by his side, which again we saw in the mission reuniting the families, pretty much being left for dead from his so-called homies. And for all we know, Sweet could have been running things behind bars, being cold than a motherfucker, as the NPC says. The families in GTA 5 do have a presence within the prison system, which can be confirmed by Stretch, an OG of the Chamberlain Gangsters. Which brings me to another point. In number 5, backstabbing friends. In San Andreas, we are betrayed by Ryder and Big Smoke, which played a major role in the fall of the GSF. So could we have faced the same issue before the events of GTA 5 leading to the fall of the Grove Street families and possible death of either Grove Street member? I'm not directly saying that Ryder or Big Smoke caused the fall of the GSF, but I wouldn't be surprised. Think about it like this: with the disappearance of Carl Johnson, poor leadership of Sweet, the crack era, and betrayal of our close homies, we were bound to lose our hood to the Ballas. And I know you may be wondering, what if CJ was included in these events? How would the aftermath turn out? Well, I already made a video on this, so if you want, go check it out. But Grove Street was bound to fall to the hands of the Ballas from the get-go. At least that's my opinion. And if you want to debate about this in the comments, go ahead and leave your statement. But as of right now, I'll see you in the next video. This is your boy LS Central, checking out.